And just be careful where you put your pin, right? Because sometimes it shows you the complete wrong way. Diablo 4, the game. Yes, of course I like it. So if I have to go over all of the things that I have discussed, I would go more over the things I like and very little on the things I don't really like. It's a new game, it's in beta. So I have been asked those questions and these are my answers to them. So I'm addressing the problems as I read them, but the UI is ugly, is just stupid to me. The UI is normal as for every game. It has the Diablo 2 thematics. The stash is as a normal stash, I think. Like many games have just a square stash. I don't know what special you want. I actually like that you basically have 4 different stashes and your potions are not with the rest of the stuff, your quest items are not in the... I mean, it's good. Dungeons are boring. I would say they are kinda boring. They are kinda repetitive and they are kinda not very memorable. Like we had this dungeon, we were like, oh, we didn't do this dungeon, so we didn't know if we have done it or not until the last boss. So the whole dungeon, like 20 minutes, was the same thing as with everything. I don't know, I have not played Diablo Immortal and I have not played Diablo 3, so I have no comparison to those two. The only kind of game that I've played that we can do comparison to is Diablo 2 Resurrected. The next thing is that there's no sense of progression, which I believe even for the time that we have to play, which is like 3-4 days as early access, and we only get to level 25, you still have the sense of progression, you have the feeling of progress, because at level 10 you unlock stuff, at level 15 mobs start to drop actual yellow stuff, at level 20 you start to get the legendaries, you get the progression. I mean, I felt it okay as a normal sense of progression. Now, unbalanced melee characters versus casters or versus ranged is also something my husband complained about, and I don't know, I don't play melee characters. I feel like in many games the melees are next to the boss always and the boss is hitting them, and the casters are always to the sides and not that many things are hitting them. I think that's in every game, but whoever plays melee will say, I don't know. Also, as a disclaimer, I want to say I have not watched any other content creators and what they think about it. I have only very briefly discussed this with my husband and my Discord, where we just have a few members, so you can join in the Discord. But I just wanted to say all of this is my personal opinion and my personal experience that I have experienced in the game. So to summarize what I actually think, for me this game is something like a mashup between The Witcher, Skyrim, WoW, Guild Wars 2, Guild Wars 1. Sometimes I have in the dungeons, I have the feels of Children of Morta and the little indie games that not many people play, and that's why not many people compare this huge big game to many games, because they haven't played that many games, right? So I will just quickly go over the things I actually like. I like the explosion when you level up, especially in the beginning. When you're a very low level, this really helps and you get levels really quickly, so it really helps you. I like the HP potion, and you get more as you level up. It's an interesting mechanic. It's a strange way to heal, but also why not? It's not something I'm against. And also the game gives you a lot of potions as you kill stuff, so I don't really feel like you have to survive a lot without potions or you feel on the edge of dying or something. So I like the auto gold pickup. In every game where there's gold dropping on the ground, there should be auto gold pickup, and it should not be unlocked, it should not be mastery, it should not be anything. Just if there's gold, the characters go through it and pick it up. It's great. For me, the scaling of the game is actually great. It's made a little bit different than what we've seen in other games. The closest I can think of is actually in Guild Wars 2. But for Diablo, I was level 22, my husband was level 5, and we just went out of the city into an event. My mobs were level 21, 22, his mobs were level 5, we both get XP, we both get the drops, drops that we deserved for the level, and it's great. Why not? In Diablo 2, in many other games, in WoW, you get high level with a low level. Either the high level doesn't get XP or the low level doesn't get XP. One of them doesn't get drops. I really like the scaling here. Something that is really annoying in Diablo 2 Resurrected and in Diablo 2 in general is when you're in a very tight space, when you're in maggot layer, you can't really have a party there walking together because they bump into each other. You need to wait the person at the door, you need to wait the person in the corridor, and here they don't have that. So that's a very huge plus for me that we don't bump into each other and we're passing through each other. Another thing that I like is that you don't need to buy scrolls to teleport. Also, you can teleport from anywhere to basically anywhere for free. It's just amazing. It's a plus for me. A huge thing for me is changing your appearance for free. I love my fashion games. I love my fashion Diablo 4. I love that you can just go and transmogrify, change how you look for free. In the next tab, you can change what makeup and jewelry you're with. You can also dye the items for free without needing to collect dice or unlock dice and stuff, and you can just hold the button to dye everything in that hue. It's just great. That's a huge plus for me. Something that also differs from Diablo 2 is that in Diablo 2, when you kill an enemy with frost and they are frozen, they just disperse into little ice shards and melt. Where here, even if they're frozen, you still see the body. That's really cool, I think. And also, it's super minor, but yeah, it's cool. Also, something really minor and cool is that you leave trails in the snow. Always when there's games with snow, I look if I will leave steps in the snow, if I will leave a trail in the snow. And living in a very snowy country where there's snow 6 months of the year, I really appreciate when there's deep snow and you actually leave the trail in the snow with your character in game. Next thing would be party teleportation. We try this with a lot of people and it's so nice to just, when you go into the party, go in there, TP, teleport to them. That's great. I like the individual loot system. No need to compete with your friends or with randoms. And even if you're with friends, you technically get more items because you can share them. I like that you can actually craft potions to get more XP with just the herbs that you gather around the way. And in general, the last thing I want to say is the visuals of the game I actually like. It's still Diablo themed, it's gothic and it's dark, it's medieval, it's cold. I really love there are animals, but they're more like critters where you don't interact with them really, but you can kill them. But they're so nice, there's snow foxes and deers and it's so cool, and they leave trails in the snow. And there's stray cats and dogs in towns. That's amazing, just very nice. For the dislikes, I told you, long boring dungeons, not very memorable. Yes, we know balance, yes, we know melee. I mean, you can't have a perfect game, right? So there will be something that is boring, but those are my thoughts. Prove me wrong in the comments down below. Argue with me, I don't mind. Let's discuss it. If you like to support and to help me, click that subscribe button, click that like button. Leave a comment down below what character you played, how many characters you played, what class and what level were you. And thank you for being here and for watching. And I'll see you for more Diablo 4 content in June. Bye!